Where's it at? Where's it at? I'll read it with you. Last.
It's a few messages back. The last thing I posted.
Okay, cool. The Restoring Truth and Sanity. That.
Yeah.
All right, let's read it. So it says here, by the authority vested in me as president, by the Constitution and the law of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered, Section 1, purpose and policy. Over the past decade, Americans have witnessed a concerted and widespread effort to rewrite our nation's history, replacing objective facts with a distorted narrative driven by ideology rather than truth. This revisionist movement seeks to undermine the remarkable achievements of the United States by casting its founding principles and historical milestones in a negative light. Under this historical revision, our nation's unparalleled legacy of advancing liberty, individual rights, and human happiness is reconstructed as inherently racist, sexist, oppressive, or otherwise irredeemably flawed. Rather than fostering unity and a deeper understanding of our shared past, the widespread effort to rewrite history deepens societal divides and fosters a sense of national shame, disregarding the progress America has made and the ideals that continue to inspire millions around the globe. I agree with everything that was just said. So what's the issue?
History should be factual and not based on your feelings.
I agree with everything that I do.
This why we gotta this why black people are we gotta gatekeep our ethnicity. We'll have people that come from over here that want to flatten blackness and then buy into this American idea that washes out the building of what the actual foundation of what America is, which is literally black.
Wait, I'm doing that?
Hell yeah. If you agree with that shit, yeah, you
100% you are, King. 100% you are.
Oh, you guys.
Look, they're basically saying, listen, King, please.
You're not going to hide my history. You're not going to hide my ancestors.
This is crazy.
King, you're basically saying, King, history should be history.
By making that Indian woman with that fucking record dot in the middle of her forehead, by trying to call her black? Huh?
Nobody's
talking about that.
What you saying?
Listen.
By allowing a bunch of fucking wetbacks across the fucking border to take over their fucking city? That's not erasing blackness? You have a bunch of chilies. You have a bunch of chilies trying to hop the fucking border.
Welcome, Issa. Thank you. One mic on. The other Hermana, chill.
Come on, now.
After, please.
What's up, Issa? How you doing, baby girl?
Hello.
Chili.
What's going on?
Baby back with it.
So we're discussing it's in the chat, we're discussing the
Chili's baby
executive order,
back.
which is dismantling, Black History Museums.
Yes.
But all I wanted to say was, history is history and truth is truth. You can't just say we're going to not have this history because it makes me feel sad. That is literal, so dangerous. So dangerous.
That's so crazy. Bush voted for Trump.
That doesn't mind. I don't care about who voted for who. It doesn't matter who's in office.
This is from the White House, right? Just a right?
What?
Yeah, so yes, we did begin or Chili's began the conversation by addressing something enacted by a Trump policy, but overall, if we're talking broadly about identities and how we fit together in America as Americans or some non-Americans or future Americans, then we're no longer talking about politics.
Yeah, my thing is, Tally, I don't assume, every nappy-headed American that calls himself an American is actually an American. I don't do that. There's a lot of people who are not American that unfortunately they're born here, So I don't feel like I have a need to defend them or anything of that sort.
Are you indigenous as well?
So I am American, not only by ideology, but yes, I was born here. My point is, Alaska, there's an ideological part that comes with being an American, and too many people want to ignore that.
But that's literally the point I'm making, is they want to get rid of history. They want to just ignore it because it's
So what history do you think they want to get rid of? Because you keep saying that, but I'm not sure what you're trying to get at.
Well, we we already explained before, didn't we, about the lunch counter exhibition specifically they're getting rid of, and the thing we just read.
Okay.
Do you not think it's dangerous?
Do you know what hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. King, do you know what the lunch counter exhibit is?
The lunch counter?
Exhibit.
No, I'm not.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of
That's
here.
a damn shame.
So
So I guess not
Let
because
me
I
just
don't.
say this.
So if I
you
tell
need to
you,
know
He knows what it is. He just said it was too short.
So if I tell you
Explain it to
something,
the young
you
people
don't know
what
what
it
it
is.
is.
Going on in
Does
our
that? Oh, can I tell you the same
Ken,
thing?
you know what it
Get
is.
the
No,
fuck out
so
of here.
actually,
It's not an obscure
sorry,
thing. Hold
thank
on a
you for
second.
pointing that out,
Hold on.
Pops. Okay.
Hold on a second. It's not an obscure.
Let's not just discredit him for 4 words of a discussion.
Well, actually, I would say more so because you were educated.
Okay, you're not.
Oh my gosh, ready when you are.
Okay.
No, get back on topic, King. You know what
Yeah.
they're
So,
talking about.
because you had an American education, I would think that.
I know what it is. I just don't know.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
that's
not like
I
I was
know you
talking.
know what it is, King.
This
There's
is
no-
very weird
everybody
that you
knows
males do this.
That I don't know the title.
Anyway,
of, you know what,
Very strange. So you have an American education. I'm certain you learned about the civil rights era and the forced integration of restaurants. Is that
of course.
Is that okay? So for me, it's like enough to hear lunch counter, and I know.
Right.
So yeah, that's what they're removing.
Give him a little bit more context.
The actual.
Okay.
So what is this like a? Because I'm thinking this is a piece in a museum.
Yeah,
Yes.
bro. That's a
So this is
Smithsonian,
what.
I believe.
Yeah. So what is that?
So basically, it's in a specific. I think it's in a specific part. It's a specific like Black history like part basically.
Is it a specific restaurant?
No,
or-
hold on.
Somebody just tell him, but I think I visited that in the Smithsonian too.
Hold on. So the
They're
Woolworth
control.
counter, they did a sitting at the Woolworth counter. That's kind of like doing integration in the 1960s by Black American. When they were putting the museum together, they took the counter and they put it in the museum. You can go and you can sit there and actually see a depiction and a film of what happened during that.
Oh, I see.
That's actually a very big point of history that people should know about this country. You can just remove that and say, well,
we all know
because
about
it portrayed, hold on a second, just because it portrayed quote unquote white people as being aggressive toward white people, it's still history and it needs to be said. But I can say this though, right? At the same breath, Harriet Beecher is featured in that museum and she doesn't belong there. She's a white woman who did nothing, but yet getting praised on American history when she did nothing. John Greenfield is also featured. Maybe we should remove him because that's actually the DI. That's actually the DI part where they did nothing, contributed nothing, but they wanted to put white people in the museum, so they plucked a couple of DI and they put them in the museum to make white people look good.
But the
I'm fine with that.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
I don't have an issue with that.
No, but the issue is that like when you read the executive order, they're stating this as a new policy, which means they're going to continue doing this for other significant like exhibitions or whole museums. Like he could just now stop funding for a museum because it's a Black museum. That's insane.
If you were to remove 10 offenses to white people in museum, there will be no museum in the United States. I don't know if you guys have been. It's 15 years. The Smithsonian is a combination of 15 museums in Washington, D.C., right? You have the African American Museum, which is the latest one. Then you have the Native American Museum, which is fucking gruesome. But they do tell you the history. They do tell you how this country got it, because it is part of the history. We need to know these things. It's not like, oh yeah, well, it make us look bad. It make us look bad, so therefore we're not going to show it to you.
Also, Tilly's just put in the chat also about Trump saying he's threatening to defund schools that teach about slavery. Like that's wow.
That's not true at all.
Okay.
They just be making shit up, man.
Bro, King, why are they making shit up?
They be making shit up.
Like straight up in the chat.
You know what?
It's in the chat.
No, it's not. It would have been breaking news everywhere, Alaska. Alaska, if it was true, it would have been breaking news everywhere.
In an appearance on Fox News. In an appearance on Fox News.
So because you don't know about it, it's not true?
Said he would shut down the Department of Education and punish schools that teach that America was built off the backs of slaves. A bizarre appearance on Fox News today This was dated. This sounds like it was a while ago, pre-election, I'm assuming. But yeah. October 18th, 2024. Yeah, so he definitely has said.
What Louis just said, what does that have to do with what Alaska just said? The two different sentences.
That he intends to punish schools that teach that America was built off the backs of slaves.
No, that's what you said. They said something else.
Just teaching about slavery.
Yeah, that's what Alaska said.
What do you mean teaching about slavery?
Yeah, so
Teaching about slavery.
this is where the First Amendment stuff comes
Right,
in.
King? Isn't that two separate things?
It's not the
It's
same
saying,
thing.
it's saying you could teach about slaves, but it has to be in a specific like framing, or else like there's repercussions.
He's saying a truthful framing.
What do you mean a truthful framing?
Wait.
And also that it was stolen land, which it was.
What's going on here?
Was America not?
Oh my God!
What's going on, bro?
So you trying to tell me?
I'm just trying to figure something out. I'm trying to figure out what you guys believe.
Slavery was central.
Real quick, King. Real quick, I'm trying to see what you believe. Do you believe that America was built off the backs of slaves?
It's not central. No, I do not believe that.
What do you mean by it's not
Then we can't.
central? Hold on, what do you mean by it's not central? That
It's
it
not
wasn't-
central. I do not believe American slavery was central to building America.
That's
Slavery
ridiculous.
is
Right?
what-
Wait.
No,
That's
no,
ridiculous.
as a matter of fact, it's not ridiculous.
That's ridiculous, right?
When you look at the economic output, it is not ridiculous. Now again, that doesn't mean that American blacks. Let me finish.
What in the Kanye West is going on here?
Let me
Why
finish.
Nigeria, King?
Let me finish.
Why
That doesn't mean that American blacks did not build America. See the difference? American blacks were still helping build America after slavery. That's the key here. Right? Did you get that?
Do you understand that this country have practiced slavery longer?
Of course.
Then
I
you have
understand.
Longer than it was a country.
Slavery.
Like, hold up, like, this entire continent is built on slavery.
Can I also?
The United States is the oldest country in this continent at 249
I understand
years.
that.
At 249 years.
King, what were America's main exports to the
Slavery
world?
on this continent
He's
started
trolling,
in
yo. Yo, he's
1503.
trolling. He's
Do
definitely
the
trolling.
math. Like, do the
I'm
math.
trolling? You're saying I'm trolling?
Can I also
I'm
say
not
that
trolling.
part of it was it's not
I
just
said clear statements. American slavery wasn't central to building America.
Not
King,
only-
This has
not
to do
only
with
it
What was
was
America
slavery,
doing
it
export for like
King,
200
say
billion
something.
or
In the
200
19th century.
It was the integral part
In
of
the
the building of this
19th
country.
Y'all too emotional, man.
Can I just
In the
finish?
19th century,
I'm not trolling. I'm
in
not
the
trolling.
19th century, the backbone of the U.S. economy was cotton.
But listen.
Full stop.
Okay.
Yeah,
Also-
I guess that built
Still, we still have the best cotton, too, by the way.
I guess cotton built
Let
America.
Alaska get in there, gentlemen. Be gentlemen.
It means cotton built
Yes,
America.
it did. Yes, it did. Yes.
You're right.
Listen.
Cotton built America.
No.
Not
The
just-
slaves that they used, the free labor that was used to procure that
When
product
did I deny
Right.
that? Look, when did I deny that?
and profit off of it.
Go look at that, Alaska.
wasn't free.
That
And then we get blamed.
Slaves were not
Yeah.
free, bro. Don't make that statement. It was not free.
When
Good afternoon.
you say
Also- In addition,
When did I deny that, Louis?
That's not central. When you say
I
not
think
central, that's a denial.
You hear what Matt saying?
No, when you say not central, that's a denial. That's
No,
a
it is
denial.
not.
When you say
It's
not- yes,
saying
it
that
is.
it's not central
It is
to
central.
how America
It
has
was
developed.
integral.
That
Listen.
doesn't mean it
It
didn't
was
play a
integral.
role.
Listen, it was more than central. It was integral. Without it, there is no United States, bro.
Integral.
It
It was so
Without
integral,
it, there
they
is
got
no-
rid of it. It's so
What do you
integral, they got rid of it and started the
And then
industrial.
what?
oh my God.
It was
Right.
so integral for half of
Wait. The fact is,
Half of the country feared. Wait. No.
Have slaves.
Half of the country feared so much that their economy would shrink when slavery stopped
You
that
guys
they went to
again,
war.
one
fought over
more
this.
time. You guys gotta listen to what people saying and not with your hearts. You gotta let the emotion go.
Man, these
I never said. If
Okay.
you're not listening to people's position, then you might as well
I'm
not have
listening
a conversation.
completely, bro. You said this.
You just not listening.
You're saying that it wasn't the core of the
It
economy.
wasn't central.
You're
That's
saying
correct.
you're saying
It
it
wasn't
helped
central to
the economy?
building America.
But there was a point in this country's time where
I agree with that.
In fact, probably.
It is what I said. Because the first question y'all should have asked is, well, what time frame, how much of America are we talking about?
Well, that's what we mean. That's what
I mean.
Those are the foundations of a nation.
Because if you go to like Louis pointed out, cotton at one point in time.
Okay, so I'm going to talk now. Now you said that, I'm going to talk. Okay, yeah, I am. You're ignoring the point. You're doing so much
Matt was addressing King and also Louis, but they're both muted now, so I don't see a reason why Alaska can't speak.
I've been trying to
Oh, so I can't
Yes.
finish what I'm saying, right?
Because
I
you're going
can't
off the
finish what
point
I'm saying.
completely.
Y'all want to have a bad faith conversation.
No,
That's how y'all
you
want to
begin your
Y'all want to
you
run
seem
it like
to
that?
begin you seem
You
to
wanna
begin
run it
your
off of
responses.
emotions? We all want to be
You
emotional.
seem
Now
to
let people
begin your responses in the middle of other
I'm
people's
fine with running it like
questions.
that. I'm trying to keep it cool.
You're the only person
No,
who's
you're the one
upset
that's
here.
coming in and causing the confusion.
So anyway, one mic on Alaska.
And you sitting here trying to move it
One mic
off
on
to
Alaska.
somebody else. You're the one that's
So
coming
I don't know why you have
like
to
a
be this
woman,
way.
just like a woman.
Look here, Kyle.
Just
You
like
can
a
punch all the drywall you
This
want.
is
You do
a
not
nasty
scare anyone on the
attitude I was talking
internet,
about the other
and
day.
particularly
There's a lot
not
of
me.
snappy-headed hoes have.
You need to calm
That's exactly
yourself.
what I'm talking about.
Calm
Fuck
yourself.
outta here.
Deep breaths.
The other part.
Alaska.
Nasty attitude.
Thank you so
Nasty
much.
fucking attitude. And then
Thank
they
you so
wonder why they
much.
fucking single. Fuck out of here.
I got
Do you see how that has zero to do with it? Go ahead, Alaska.
Go ahead, Alaska. Go ahead, Alaska.
So the other
Do
part of the
your thing, girl.
sentence,
We don't give a fuck. We do what we want.
you need to get better at your you need to do better at your mimicry. Anyway, yeah, the other part of that sentence, let's get back to the actual point, was stolen land, which is irrefutably true. I highly recommend the books. An Indigenous People's History of America, and Raoul Peck's Exterminate the Brutes documentary. Very good. Yeah, so he's basically advocating for ahistorical things to be taught and spread, and that's terrifying. So even if you want to debate and go into this on straw man stuff, you can't say that it wasn't stolen land. People were here before you.
The crazy thing
And the point
about
is that they're stopping this being taught.
I'll go after you, Louis.
Go after Louis.
the crazy thing about this, and that's the thing that's troubling about this is they're trying to paint a picture that that America didn't even need the slaves. They enslaved them. Like they brought people over from the transatlantic slave trade, and they enslaved them, but they didn't need to, right? There wasn't any economic driving factor. There was no they just didn't have to have them, right? They just had slaves, right? And that was that, right? They oh shit, you good? Everything cool? What's wrong with you?
Nathan had asked to go next.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you
I was listening to that, man.
No,
Come on,
the picture that's being painted is that they're saying that not only did they make black people slaves, but they didn't have to, and they weren't integral to the economy and to building the nation up to what it was, and that's ridiculous. You're trying. It's trying. I don't even know what it's trying to.
Hey Jacob, I'm in fucking Lakeview, man. Let's get a beer.
No.
Yo, Jacob, man, I'm down at the beach in Lakeview. Let's get a fucking beer, man. Bro.
That nigga is clearly on the phone. Can you not see?
Bro, what are you in, like a fucking bird cage or something?
You can hear them birds that clear. That's crazy.
Man, those birds are on Clown House.
I love this. Rami Isa made that claim. Says that Allah mentions in the Quran al-adsa wal-basal, right? The onions and the what was it called? The ads. It's like a vegetable, right? But he doesn't mention the imama. Allah mentions the.
Yeah, but why would you do that? That's too much trouble.
Assalamu
Quick, you gotta.
I don't understand the intention of trying to.
Yes, Alaska did. You just got back into the room, being master?
Yeah, I did. I wasn't talking.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation. I stopped.
Yeah, Alaska got a chance to talk already. We have a queue as well, too, people.
Okay, can you add me, Nathan?
You can go after Butcher.
Thank you.
So I just want to say this. Some things I believe what they're doing is right. Like telling kids that, hey, this lamp was stolen. I think it does create like sleeper agents, and that's not good for children. I think that some parts, like teach Black history, but teach certain parts of it to adults. Because I think the kids hearing stuff about, oh, this land was stolen, these people are bad, I think it does do something. We have a lot of people in this country, you see them on Clubhouse, that believe that Black people cannot be racist. Like, literally, they cannot. That's, to me, that's crazy.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, do you not think that like I don't know about you, but most of the people I speak to don't, like, it's not taught in school, so maybe that's the reason it should be, so that these conversations can happen earlier.
Black history is taught in school. Very much.
I know it's not much
in America. All the time you watch movies, you read stories. It's Black history is a part of America.
I'm confused.
100%.
What do you mean by sleeper agents? I think that's what I'm getting confused.
What I mean by sleeper agents is people who have this vendetta against people who are the color of white, right? And it's for no rational reason, just from the information they heard in the past. Oh,
yeah,
Black
that
people,
sounds like
you did this to my people, you did this to my people, you had us all the time. You did this to my people, you did this to my people.
Yeah, that sounds like they weren't educated to realize it's the white system of the individuals. So
that could be the case, but it's how it is in America, right? And you see this too. Look, you have people from different parts of the world, different families. They born into America and they adopt the same ideology too, because it's a part of the American system. And I say this because I know people that mother and father are not American, right? And they have the same rhetoric as well too. Oh, I'm like, well, we're talking about interracial relationships. Would you date? No. Why would I date a white person? What they did to my people? Fuck no. I would never. Like, what are you talking about, bro? What did white people?
Sorry, you land. No, you land. I'm sorry. Wait. I was just saying, like, we don't get taught anything. Like, I didn't learn about colonialism, fucking nothing at all. So we're like, the kind of education we get is, I guess, what Trump wants, and it is not good. Like, get so many people with.
No, it doesn't seem like that. It
seems like it's scary. It breeds nationalism in a bad way. It breeds, like, yobs, as we call them here.
No, what it looks like they're saying is not take away all of Black history, just a certain version of it.
That's
a certain version, what it stands like is like, hey, white people are just evil, just inherently evil. Right. I think that's bad history.
That's terrible.
Oh, Black people solely.
That's not what's being taught.
Yes, it is.
What's being taught in schools.
What school? Anyways, okay, so let's go. I think it's on internet.
We need to deport all Mexicans, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted to say, like, the influence that black people had in early America was huge, right? I know the king would like this. Dude, because of slaves, because of Africans that were brought as slaves, is the reason you have capitalism like it is in America, right? It's like, well, where do you generate all this wealth? Right? You have, like, look at America, right?
Look at America.
Then his wife got you superior than Ali according to you. So see, there's no proof. There's still no proof from anywhere.
Assalamu alaikum. Free Palestine. Free Palestine.
I saw him raise his hand earlier. I didn't allow him on stage. I said, you know what? Let's give him a chance to see what he got to say. I should have known by his name that he's a clown.
I don't know why there's no. I don't know. There's a lot of
Bro, by the way, Abdullah, so you went through.
Shit, I know
Ground rising. One love. Big love. Free Tory, bitch. Oh yeah.
Somebody on a YouTube channel that only got 2 views. Come on up here. Bring us the day, baby.
Huge part in our economy. Like, America wouldn't have been able to compete with, like, all these other countries. They wouldn't, right? If it wasn't for slavery. Not at that time, man. And I'd like to point out to the history of that. Because I think that a lot of people, like, either forget that or they see the North as being, like, separate from that. When New York and all those banks and wealth there was built off giving loans to slaveholders and insuring the slaves. I just want to point that out.
Go ahead, Butch. Yeah, it's just pushing back on the idea that slavery was. I think everybody made excellent points about how slavery was central to America's development, specifically cotton weaving.
They kicked me. I guess they're not so chill, huh?
Amen. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Okay.
Sorry, you asked about me.
Hello, Jacob. Hello, Adi. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Hey, Jacob, let's teach these guys some English and grab a beer in Lakeview.
Hey, Comedy, what's your name?
Hey, man, my name is Comedy.
He's got a YouTube channel and shit. Don't put.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I gotta get going to Lakeview to grab a beer. I'll talk to y'all's latest.
Okay.
Oh, he's not from. He's in Chicago.
Juliet Jacob.
Can you please tell me what?
Yeah, but like that's fucking bearish because like gold is pretty high. It could pull back.
Yeah. I stopped using Bitbo denominated in gold. I mean denominated in dollars. I just have it now denominated in gold.
Gold Peter Schiff is God.
Fish, apparently, someone said that Tone Vase was one of your trading heroes. Is that true?
That's a weird tip. Like he's a dude I don't know
if it's true or not.
No. version of his indicator, and I like it.
Who is your trading hero? British?
So, set అయిపోయింది అంత స్టోరీ కాంప్రమైజ్ అయిపోయింది వాళ్ళది ఇద్దరిది.
ఎవరికి?
I invoke abiding one, the center and secret of the sun, and that most holy mystery of which the vehicle am I. Appear most awful and most mild, as it is lawful in thy child, for of the Father and the Son, the Holy Spirit is the norm, male, female, quintessential one. Man being veiled in woman form, glory